Hi, I'm Brother Nature. I made organic grains taste delicious.
Nature's Path. What up? What up?
We here. Apparently, we here. But
Always here.
anyway, how are you guys doing today?
I'm good.
Pretty good. Pretty damn good.
I'm teaching myself Chinese.
It's gonna take you a little bit before you conversationally get out of here. If you're planning to get out of here.
Duolingo, help me.
You know what? I don't even fault you for that because I've been learning Japanese on a slow pace for years. And now that Duolingo teaches you katakana, hiragana, kanji, it's just like, so this way you can read and write. I'm like, oh, y'all are goated. And then I also have like games that I got on Steam that like are supposed to teach you language. I just don't.
I have a good one that's really good for kanji. What's it called? No, it's like legitimate like homework. They're like when you start the game, it's like you probably go and need a notebook because you're going to draw these characters yourself. But no, it works very well. It came out a couple years ago.
Gotta have.
It's literally just called "Learn Japanese to Survive" Hiragana battle. They also have a kanji battle and a katakana.
I have them. Those are the ones I was talking about on Steam.
Oh yeah, they're so good.
What?
They came out like years ago.
It's like a game. It's like literally like a survival battle, like learning katakana, hiragana, and kanji.
Yep, I think, and they're mad cheap.
Yeah, I got them like dirt cheap. Like, I got them like $1 a piece.
So if y'all trying to expand your horizons with some Japanese, and I think they have some other
learn Japanese to survive kanji combat.
Yep, you gotta buy all three and then work through it.
It's legitimately a JRPG. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is the way to teach people.
Gamifying. There's been studies. If you gamifying stuff does help with like knowledge retention and interest and all that. So it's smart.
Let me save that.
I mean, you gamify just about anything and you automatically got me.
Yep.
True.
That's why Duolingo is so good. It's like, oh man, I get points. Dope. And I leveled up.
I thought you was coming today, Goji.
Don't want to ruin your streak.
What's good, what's good, Shmoney?
He don't like us no more.
The link, it's in Steam actually. So it's literally called. Can we put the name of it in the chat? Since
I'll link it from Steam.
If we can get a link to them, then that would be great. So anyway, I just want to take the time. So now that we all had an opportunity to shake the week off or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's Tuesday, so we know that sometimes it's a little hard to get through like Mondays and then go into Tuesday or whatever. But we still got a whole week ahead of us, even though I wish it was Friday.
Gotta get down on Friday.
What's up, Chris? How you doing? So anyway, I wish it was Friday. But today we're gonna go into some interesting topics. We're gonna talk about Marathon. Marathon is coming back, and we're gonna talk about Schedule 1 and all of the things that are going on around Schedule 1. So, with rivalries and revivals, shaking up all of the gaming this week, Bungie is bringing back Marathon, and we have a lawsuit investigation starting in the indie scene. So we're gonna get our people warmed up with a little bit of a question of the day. Okay. Now, question of the day. If you could revive any canceled game franchise, what would it be and why?
Now, you specifically mean cancel, right? Not ones that technically are active. They just haven't had one in a while. Specifically canceled.
I'm okay with something that just hasn't been active in a while because it's technically like we don't have any word that it's coming back. Like, I
thought you meant something that never came out.
No, like cancel for a franchise could just mean like
a franchise. I would consider like Red Dead Redemption 2 was rumored to never be coming.
Yeah, like I would consider Jack and Daxter canceled until Naughty Dog decides to make another one, but who knows? They're still releasing Mega Man collections. I can't say that's canceled.
You can say X is.
Nah, but mine's also another Capcom franchise. I just really want another Breath of Fire, man. The last thing we got was that mobile game in Japan that was trash, and
Yeah.
so that series is basically dead. They didn't even give that a collection, which is weird. Like, you'd think they would just make a Breath of Fire collection, give you 1 through 5, and just be like, because people will buy it. They have everything else in collections. Got Devil May Cry collections, Mega Man, like put it together.
One would think.
So Breath of Fire.
Yeah.
So let me just get this straight. Not Mega Man Legends?
Yeah, you could have said that.
Well, I said Mega Man in general. I'll take any goddamn Mega Man game. I'll take any new Mega Man game at this point. It doesn't matter which sub one it is. I'll take a new damn Star Force. Like
Prototype 3 and the new Sly Cooper.
There are rumors popping up this
There's a lot of rumors
of Prototype 3 is coming.
I've gotten a lot of things in my mailbox this week about Prototype 3.
Where is that coming from? Like, who even owns the rights to that?
Activision, I think, owns Prototype.
Activision gives a shit about single player games?
I mean, no, but I'm just saying, you asked who owns Prototype.
Prototype 3.
I mean, I'm here for it if they do a Prototype 3.
It's supposed to be Alex Mercer in Open World New York. People
Which wouldn't make
saying
sense.
that
Which wouldn't make
should
sense
take it with a
because
grain of salt. And let's see.
Yeah, I saw the rumors. About
It's coming from a Reddit user named Big B, who claims to have been part of an Activision study group.
I mean, I would buy the hell out of it.
The only thing that makes me wary is because they said the stories you play as Alex Mercer, but if you played 2, you know that wouldn't work.
Right.
Unless the virus made a clone of him.
Potentially, but I mean,
I don't know.
Who knows? Well, or he takes over Heller after getting absorbed. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of ways they could do the
Those
story.
games is wild.
I love those games. We remember we met the game director at New York Comic Con way back when.
That's right. That's
when
right.
We first had the demo for the first game.
Yep. I love the first.
Yeah, that was like New York Comic Con 2008. They had a whole booth set up. It was cool as shit.
Yeah. What would be my cancel?
All right. What about you, Hustle?
I have so many.
Got to pick one.
I think I want to go with Power Stone. We
Isn't
only
that
got
also
2 games.
Activision?
No, it's
That's
Capcom.
Capcom.
Oh, okay.
We only got 2 games out of them.
Yeah.
That was it. That was it. It was like, nope, none more. That's all you
The
get.
2 games and the what port the PSP?
Port to
I think they did.
PSP that had both games, and now we're getting the Fighting Collection 2 that has
It's in there.
Yeah.
Firestone 1 and 2, which
So,
makes
yeah.
me think.
It's
So
in
they know
there.
people. So they know people won't play it. It's just a matter of, are we gonna give it to you?
Then there's also the rumor that apparently we're possibly getting Marvel vs. Capcom 4.
I mean, that would be smart. That would be smart for Capcom to do at this point. I mean, especially since they have they don't have to worry about the Fox licensing issue anymore. The characters, they don't got to worry about not having X-Men because they don't want to advertise Fox properties. Like, they got all that now. So
Marvel's no longer doing that.
Yeah, but now they got to go
in line
through
with the
Disney.
MCU type thing anymore, because clearly with Rivals, Rivals doesn't follow the MCU or tie in with it or anything like that. It's just
Like I said, now they got to go through Disney.
I mean, if you had NetEase able to make Marvel Rivals, they already know Marvel's
they
Capcom
look at that money. They like
got its hardcore following that
Yeah.
will buy millions of copies.
yeah. If they announced Marvel vs. Capcom 4 and it had X-Men and all that stuff and new characters in it and all that crazy stuff, tomorrow, while Rivals is out, which people already love, that thing will probably sell millions. I think we can sell millions of copies.
We got a troll answer coming.
No.
You give yourself away with your facial expression. Like you gave him the like you like Krabby Patty showed you Squidward face. So it's just like, oh god, what the hell is he gonna say?
You know what I have? Well, you know what game I would have revived? Wild Hearts.
Aren't we getting a new one or like a port?
Oh, we're getting the Switch.
No, we're getting the Switch version for the
version.
Switch
Yeah,
2.
That's right.
But that does.
EA has decided not to continue the support of the original Wild Hearts, like after like a couple of updates.
Why go through the effort of porting it over to the Switch if you don't have any plans to possibly try to garner?
Koei Tecmo. You know, Koei Tecmo do their thing, but EA did not want them to continue to do work on it.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Here's what I would do. Because EA was just a publisher, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're the ones who put a halt on it.
If I were like Microsoft or Sony or even like Nintendo, I'd just be like, all right, cool. I'll just front the money up for you to publish Wild Hearts 2.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
If Microsoft was smart, they do that. Just publish Wild Hearts 2.
Why would Microsoft do that when they have a wealth of studios?
They don't have
without them having the license.
They don't have a solid Monster Hunting game.
That's cool, but
theirs.
They also don't own Koei Tecmo. Like Koei Tecmo, it obviously isn't owned by EA either, but EA, published it, and Koei Tecmo also did the Tokiden games, so they already had some experience in that.
Yeah, Wild Hearts basically perfected that whole Tokiden formula that they created.
It was literally Tokiden 3.
Yeah.
Now I know that Monster Hunter is here right now, so we got 2, maybe 2.5 years of Monster Hunter Wilds to go.
Yeah, before we get the expansion.
No. That's probably gonna be sometime.
I think that's including the expansion because Iceborne was only a year
and a half
after World. So yeah, and then Sunbreak was not that long after Rise.
It was a year to a year and a half. So we get about a year of updates, and then they give us an expansion because obviously you want to keep the money fresh.
And then we get at least a year, 2 years.
When I say like 2.5 years, I mean like we got like 2.5 years, including the expansion and the updates that come out after the expansion, in order for us to continue to enjoy new Monster Hunter content. After that, Monster Hunter well kind of dries up a little bit, but obviously they also have the secondary team working on the offshoot, which is going to be the Rise team. So we might get a new Monster Hunter game probably in the next 4 or 5 years. But the thing is that there's got to be something to fill that gap. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, Wild Hearts did some great things when it came to weapons, when it came to gameplay, when it came to the kimono, when it came to the things that you could build. So I really think that Wild Hearts was actually, I'm not going to say it was ahead of its time because it was right on time. It fell in right on time. It was right on time. But the only thing that we really wanted from it, the only thing that I actually complained about, because I know they had performance issues when it first came out, but so has Monster Hunter Wilds. But the only thing that I wanted when it first came out was more monsters.
Yeah.
More like baseline monsters before you start getting into variations. Because if I'm fighting 10 monsters and then all of a sudden I'm moving into variants, then am I really fighting more than 10 monsters? It felt like I fought 10 before I got variants.
That rat had 5 different variants. It's like, bro, what are we doing?
Man, but the wolf didn't have that many variants.
No. I think he just had just the one, right?
I want to say yes. The monkey had 2 variants, but
you're right.
The rat was in everything, and the boar. But
I got so sick of fighting that stupid ass rat, dude. I was like,
I didn't put that much time into it because I don't know, like it was fun, but yeah, like it just didn't scratch that Monster Hunter itch for me.
I don't know. I might have put 100 to 2 hours in there.
That one crazy ass blade weapon that they had, the fucking not the Katakuri blade, but the
Like the Kusarigama.
was that it?
It wasn't really called the Kusarigama, but it kind of felt like it.
Yeah, basically the fucking Attack on Titan weapon, essentially. That was amazing. So much so that if you play Dual Blade in WoWs, they kind of took that element to it too, but like the part breaking mechanics. So like when you break apart with the dual blades and WoWs, throw out like a chain, you literally swing around the monster and spin on it like your Levi from Attack on Titan.
Gotta get your Attack on Titan. Yeah,
I mean, with Attack on Titan being such a big franchise, why wouldn't they do something of that sort?
Yeah.
I mean,
I ain't mad at that. I would like a Wild Hearts.
So if each of you had an area of expertise in gaming, what would you say it would be?
Like what I consider myself good at gaming wise?
Yeah, like you mean like
Loon is a first-person looter shooter type of guy.
oh.
I'm usually like RPGs and
I'm the
hunting games.
I'm the Souls / Metroidvania guy. Like that's because that's the thing I feel like I play the most, like all time.
Survival and roguelikes.
Okay, fair. Well,
roguelikes have become my thing now, I guess, somehow. I own so goddamn many of them on Steam.
It's a good game. Like you've got a good gameplay loop. It's addicting.
Bro, that mecha game, bro. Listen, I finally beat that too. Well, the first cycle through.
Tommy.
Now I'm
so
Tommy T.
What I will say is this. Now we all know that. Well, we don't all know. So for those who don't know, Marathon is actually a game that is from the 90s, and they're actually coming out with a new version. It's basically a revival of a game. It is going to be released on September the 23rd of 2025. It's a PvP extraction shooter, high risk, seasonal story updates. What I'm understanding, Marathon not be full price, but not just free. So the rumor mill is saying that Marathon is probably going to be about $20. Marathon comes from
death, the end of all things. But the dream is not over. My dream, yours. Now, run.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Loon was on the hub.
Trailer. We got it. We Gucci. We got it.
Loon was on the hub. Grab the muted.
But yeah, so yeah, they said Loon mute the trailer, and then we can they hear us talking, so they can still see. I don't know what kind of cool stuff you got going on over there, Mr. Wizard, but Mr. Wizard is out here trying to make a show nice for you guys. But anyway, what we were saying was Marathon is going to be an extraction shooter. It's coming out September 23rd, 2025. And it's a PvP shooter. It's team-based 3-player squads, has seasonal story updates. It has no single-player mode. And they said it's not going to be full price. So I'm saying the rumor mill says to expect to pay approximately $40. Original Marathon was from the 1990s, and now it's being rebooted for modern audiences. There's going to be a closed alpha supposedly in April of 2025, which would be this month, probably within the upcoming week or two. So if you're interested in the closed alpha for Marathon, I'm not really sure where to go, and I'm not really plugging the company, so I can't tell you to go sign up. But definitely just do a quick Google search for Marathon's website and see if you can actually sign up for access to that closed alpha or the closed beta. That is not always true, Tommy, but we're going to get into cheating in games in the future. We are not going to touch cheating today. But
doesn't mean shit.
the idea is that if you pay for it, then there will be less cheating. Not unless there's anti-cheats and things of that nature. And then even then, people can get around anti-cheats. So, anywho, with Marathon being revived, its return is kind of timely because we're in an area where we don't have many extraction shooters. You know what I'm saying? Like there's one or two, and then Call of Duty took out, their extraction shooter type portion. So obviously,
started on that.
Why did you want a little bit of DMZ in your life?
Bro, it was a great mode, and they took it away. You know what? Go ahead. Keep
You
going.
don't want no zombies on you?
I don't listen. I like zombies. Don't get me wrong, but it's not DMZ. I don't.
So did you buy Black Ops? Did you buy Black Ops and hope that you could still play DMZ and kind of wham a little bit?
Game Passed it.
Game Pass. So do you still play old DMZ?
I don't think you can. I think they shut that down.
T-Tab says play Delta Force.
I guess.
I mean, all right. So here's the thing. So Delta Force
guess.
probably isn't Delta Force that that's not that. Oh no. That's not that first person body cam. That's body cam. I'm thinking.
That's body cam.
Yeah, I'm like.
I mean, I've seen the reviews for Delta Force. It's not.
Nah, he says Delta Force is really fun. He still plays COD, but he also said you can still play DMZ. What's going on, Goji?
For it.
So yeah, but yeah. So anyway, I wanna ask you guys since Marathon is Bungie, so magic words, Bungie. Okay, Destiny 2, Halo, that same company. Just in case somebody didn't know, Marathon is Bungie. How does Marathon's revival as an extraction shooter compare to its 1990s roots? If you have any knowledge of it.
It's a weird shift because I remember playing the original Marathon 1 and 2. Essentially, Marathon 1 is basically Halo before Halo. Like you're on a spaceship fighting against like various different alien races that are very weird looking and shit. And it's like an odd shift to go from that setting to like it looks like androids fighting over stuff in like an extraction type shooter. I don't know. It's very
You
weird.
gotta get up out of there, bro.
Huh?
I said you gotta get up out of there, bro.
I get that. It's just weird to go from single player to extraction. It's still calling it the same thing. I'm gonna try it if I can, but like,
Yeah. I need to sign up for that beta because I want to try it.
it's a weird decision to name it still Marathon. Maybe those tied into the first two games somehow at some point, somewhere.
I mean, that's their property, so they're just like, we need to bring this back after 30 years. When Marathon came out early, mid 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for the younger audiences, like they don't know. They don't know. What
Is it first person?
Yeah.
I'm out.
Listen, Marathon was basically Doom with aliens. That's what it was. It was Doom with aliens.
Out.
It's basically every first-person shooter during the 90s was basically just Doom, but this.
Not making it better.
Like Wolfenstein. Doom, but with
Nazis.
Tesla drivers.
Yeah.
Technically, Doom was Wolfenstein with demons. Because Wolfenstein was first.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
Very true.
Yeah, you're right.
Very true. Yeah. Still not making it better. I'm still out.
You were never an OG Doom fan?
No.
He don't do that first-person stuff, bro.
It's not that I didn't, because back then I was playing first person like crazy. Well, not really, because OG Doom was like OG Doom, but like I actually got into first person games somewhere around PlayStation 1 or 2. So like Black and like Call of Duties and Battlefield and Medal of Honors, like
Time Splitters.
Those were my type of games. So now with Marathon's risk and reward system, how do you think this is going to stand out? Like, what makes this different from anything else that we have? DMZ, Delta Force, anything else?
Cyborg abilities or cybernetic abilities that they showed off. I was like, all right, I'm actually impressed by that.
Is there a hook? I mean, would you get cybernetic abilities for escaping?
No, well, I don't know what you get for escaping.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the risk versus reward. Like
but that's what I saw. There is no sci-fi extraction shooter currently on the market, as far as I know. As far as I know, I don't think there is a sci-fi extraction shooter.
Nope.
We only have...
Whoa! We got a special appearance in the building. We can't hear you. It's the video ninja said you gotta like always change it every time.
I was like, what the fuck? Maybe forget about what I was talking about. That's a shock to the system.
Apparently, the original Marathon would wipe people's hard drives, which is why they linked up with Microsoft in the first place.
Also, the original Marathon was Apple exclusive. You could only play it on Apple computers at the time. So basically Marathon was kind of like Apple's or Macintosh. The Macintosh's answer to Doom and Wolfenstein, essentially.
So it was essentially like when early PC, because remember that Doom was like PC.
Yeah,
that was DOS.
Yeah,
that was DOS, bro. You had to do that.
Run essentially DOS.
Doom.exe.
You had to get that big ass floppy disk and run the executable manually. It was fun time.
I didn't have my sources set properly.
There you go.
There you go.
It probably isn't even your It isn't your fault. Video Ninja switches that shit up.
Time. Welcome. Hi.
Hi. I was listening while I was finishing up at the gym, and I just had to hop on to say, Tone, shut your bitch ass up. You leave Hustle alone when it comes to DMZ, because DMZ was a damn good game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean,
God damn.
So
he understands my pain.
So you shut your mouth, mister.
I played DMZ with you, but you just you butt a little hurt. That's all.
You butt a little hurt.
No, we got a good game mode.
Not a little hurt, all the way hurt.
And they were just
All
like,
the way
nah, we don't care about this. Bro, DMZ was so good.
And you said the magic words Bungie like 5 times. You say Bungie 3 times and I appear.
Like Beetlejuice.
I was thinking about that too. It's like we're talking about a bunch of Bungie stuff and like times I hear.
Bungie.
It's like it don't feel right.
You could have at least popped on and be like, it's showtime.
If you just popped in, just saying it was like you summoned me.
She said, I beg your highest pardon, sir.
I apologize for not thinking of that. I have a baby that I'm really praying I don't wake up by being loud. And oh no, it's fine. And he wakes up to my voice because he's attached at the hip to me. So whenever I show back up after I've been gone for a while, he starts going nuts. Yeah. Hope y'all are doing well. Hi to the audience. Sorry I've been gone for so long. I had a baby. It's been a time.
He said it.
It's okay. Time has been here with us in spirit, and he's been helping a ton. Trust me.
A ton would be an exaggerate. I haven't been helping as much as I should be. Yeah, I'm sorry. Your shorts will be coming back your shorts are coming back in due time.
When I say he's helping a ton, trust me, he's helping me
Listen,
a ton.
You had a whole baby. That's like not a small thing.
Had
I mean,
all-
yeah, I mean, it's not like any of us can be like, oh, well, we created a human.
Yeah, right.
Uh,
Wait,
fair.
What are you talking about? I birthed my cats. What are you talking about? Those are my
It's
children.
fair. He does.
Yeah.
Those are in fact his children.
They are his children, but you created a human.
God,
They fight like kids,
Sorry.
that's for sure.
Liv Morgan tweeted something. Oh, okay. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, so we were just asking what Marathon brings to the table that's going to bring people away from other extraction shooters. What's the hook? What's going to keep them?
I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that. I'm going to step away for a little bit while you listen. I can't even, like, we can talk off air. Friends, I am a very opinionated person, and I'm doing my best not to put my foot in my mouth. So
We completely understand, and
I'm going to step away.
Yeah, by all means, we'll be moving on to Schedule 1 soon.
There you go.
But seriously, like, real quick, I apologize. But before I go, I actually do have to run away from the computer for a few minutes. In all seriousness, if you don't mind me getting my little spiel in real quick. I don't know what they're gonna do, and frankly, I don't know, knowing Bungie, if they know what they're gonna do. Like, I am of the opinion that I think this game will. I think it'll do better than I thought it was going to do when I first heard it announced, because when we were talking, I came to the realization there really isn't a big extraction shooter like that's hot right now.
Yeah.
Like, I was nervous at the time because, like, I had for some reason thought DMZ was still around. And this is before Tarkov like shot themselves with their community. I've heard someone talking about like the Delta Forces. I haven't seen anything about that. I think the closest thing
plays Delta Force, and he's a big fan of extraction shooters.
I'm
he's actually
seeing
one of
it
my
got mixed
buddies from
results on
playing
Steam.
cards.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I'm looking for a good extraction shooter, so Delta Force, I'll have to give it a shot. But I don't know what they're gonna do that's new. I think their best hope is that there's not much out there. Like Concord, like the thing that it had going against it, and like I bring up Concord because like I heard you guys talk about the $40 price point. I think the $40 price point is a huge fucking mistake. I think the only reason they're not going to shoot themselves in the foot with that is because of the fact there really isn't a lot of competition right now. Concord has to deal with like, yeah,
you know what I'm saying, but like Concord was in a market full of free games.
Exactly. Yeah.
I get
So
They had
I
to
don't
deal with Overwatch. They had to deal with Marvel Rivals that was getting ready to come out. Paladins was already out on the market now, and all those were free. So it's like,
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that they're going to have that same problem. And they don't have the same problem of an ingrained community right now. Like, they might have the Tarkov community still, like, with mods and stuff, but like, I don't think it's a big enough slice of the market to really be a terrifying thing. I think they're going to do fine. I think the truth of it is, we're not going to know what's going to be significantly different and significantly fun, in my opinion, for about 6 months to a year. I think that they're going to make live updates and such that is going to significantly change the face of like the identity of the game over the first year. But
Speaking of which, they're doing seasonal storytelling, as Loon just posted. I love his faces.
I don't know how that works.
Very carefully, I guess.
Oh,
I'm going to upset the boy.
I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Constant journey.
Man's hope gone.
Bungie's best-in-class FPS gunplay sets the stage for a unique mix of tactical and fast-paced action, where every turn is a tense competition for your next big score. In-game challenges, ranked play, seasonal storytelling, community events, and more await you in Season 1. Literally, the quote from their website, as Loon posted in the chat. And this is just for people who are not watching us live, who have not had access to the chat. This is how they're promoting Marathon. do you think seasonal stories instead of a campaign is a good move or is it risky? On top of that, if you're telling me that you have seasonal stories, right? That means that the only people who get the beginning of the story are the people who got in when the game first came out? Or is it one of those things where like I'll still get access to the old ones, but like and if that's the case, then why don't you just give us a story mode?
Yeah,
Right?
that was my thing.
It's almost like they wanted to do a story mode, couldn't get it done in time, so there's at least what they got.
You think this is a time crunch thing?
Potentially, because like we've seen other games do it, not the same genre, because but Street Fighter V did that. Remember?
Oh god,
that game did not launch with the campaign or story
Right.
mode. You just straight up had practice, ranked, and just casual play. That was it. So
did they ever finish the story mode for Destiny?
Destiny 1? Or
any of them?
Do they keep releasing expansions?
Destiny's story
that question.
It's still going. Like the last expansion was just last year, wasn't it?
That was a final shape, but then I think they had post content, like a post story. Loon, you
I mean, the problem is that
you follow along with that.
Edge of Fate's a new one coming. Well, new one coming out. So there's another.
Okay, so it's still going with episodes, but the thing was that, and we've heard this before. We've heard this from different news outlets. Bungie's not good with time. They're not good with meeting deadlines.
Literally and figuratively.
Right. They can't. They haven't met deadlines as necessary. Bungie was with Activision for a while. They're with Sony now. They were in danger of losing their, I want to say anonymity, but they were basically in danger of losing their identity as a studio because they were not meeting the deadlines that were set forth before them. So why do we think that adding another game and more timelines to a single studio is going to make things any better? Also, yeah, like I don't like, that's why
I realize that too, that they're gonna have to develop for both Destiny and these two, and this, which are two live service games. So it's like, what's gonna happen? Which game is gonna suffer? Because you can't, like, both those games need a lot of attention.
Well, I'm assuming that since Destiny 2 is now established, they don't need as big a teams to work on DLC expansions. So they probably dipped some resources from Destiny into Marathon. So Marathon's probably going to get more.
They don't.
Marathon's probably going to get more love for a bit, unless it like crashes on arrival, like, and no one wants to play it. And then,
well, that's the question. Do we think it's going to crash on arrivals? Do we think it's gonna? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is legitimately a franchise revival. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be one thing if it was something like Bully, or something that's been out recently, like Wild Hearts. Like, how does this revival kind of feels a little funny to me?
Yeah, I don't even know if it's gonna, because how some games come out, people think they're gonna die immediately, but they get that cult following that just keeps it floating a little bit. I'm not even sure if this is gonna get that. Like,
I'm gonna have to be honest with you. I'm gonna take the hit on this one. I thought Rivals was gonna die immediately.
I think a lot of people did, and then
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. We have Overwatch, and that was on the precipice of death, and people were just not showing interest in that genre. We have, all those other games out there that were kind of doing the thing. Concord was also trying to do a thing. And so Rivals coming in off of the back of Concord, the only pull was that it was Overwatch-like and had Marvel characters. And I did not feel that just having Marvel characters was going to be enough to be a driving force to push this game to success. I was wrong. I'll admit it. For once. But again,
I told you so.
I also hadn't had the opportunity to play in any of the betas or alphas or anything like that.
Yeah. Well,
so do we think that?
I didn't either. So
do we think that Marathon can rebuild Bungie's reputation? because we just talked about their reputation. Like we know that Bungie, like when we hear the name Bungie, like things kind of go.
I will say this.
And what if
It makes
the
you think of Halo
episodic
and
seasonal
It makes
stories
you think of
are?
Halo, and thinking of current Halo makes you feel sad.
Ooh, yeah.
What if the seasonal stories are
Fire.
books that you have to find in game and then go on a website?
Dead on arrival. 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 If that's the case, dead on arrival.
I would like to hope they learn their lesson with that bullshit, but I've been proven wrong before.
Seasonal storytelling is a weird ass concept. That is a weird concept that I can't fully understand. Like, how does that work? How does seasonal storytelling work?
I don't know.
As I
think
always
that,
say when I have no explanation, very carefully.
very yes. I think that that is probably the best of explanations that we're gonna get from that one. I guess in the meantime, it's to be said that we're just gonna have to wait and see. We got half a year. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I have to give my thoughts on Marathon, we have Monster Hunter just come out.
Mhm.
We have Schedule 1, which just turned out to be a sleeper hit, the same way that Power World ended up being a sleeper hit last year.
And Repo.
Yeah.
Repo. We have GTA 6 coming this year. And at this point, with Marathon coming out around September, they're in danger of being extremely close to GTA 6.
Honestly,
The Switch 2 is dropping, and who knows what bangers Nintendo's gonna follow up with. I don't
Prime's
know.
coming out.
Huh?
Metroid Prime's coming out, and you know it's gonna be on the Switch 2 as well. So,
But that's what I'm
There's that.
saying. So they're in danger, Marathon, of being in that wrong window.
Yeah, you're gonna be in the window of the new Mario Kart, GTA, like whatever, like I said, whatever new Nintendo games come out, and the other staples that pull people away, new Madden, like
College football, if it's coming back again,
2K.
that would be August. 2K would be October. They're in a precarious window there, sir.
But like Time did say, because Tarkov messed up horribly and basically burned that community,
people are
they
jonesing.
have a
Goji Senpai said, I believe it dropped the same day as Borderlands 4.
oh no,
That's
that's dumb.
another game killer.
Oh, that's dumb. Oh, that's really dumb. That's not.
They're
Why?
better
Why
off
would you
releasing the
know?
game like
Why?
they're better off releasing the game like next month. if they can. Like,
Listen, if it's a Borderlands game, I'm probably not playing nothing else but Borderlands when that comes out.
unless GTA is that.
Yeah, that is true.
I
mean, I'm gonna get both,
There's
but
a
like,
caveat for all of 2025. I'm gonna be playing this unless GTA's out. But like, it's like
I
it's
mean,
that
I'm gonna
little
be honest with
asterisk
you.
over every game of the year later on this year.
All right, let me ask another question. Is there a game that could make you not play GTA on release if they were releasing at the same time on the same day?
are we talking about something that's already been announced to come out, or something that is
No,
like,
just in general. Like, if you had a game that was going to pull you away from GTA, what game would that be?
it would have to be
If Metroid Prime 4 came out the same day, I'm playing that first. And then beating that so I can then focus on GTA 6.
Yeah.
Other than that, another one would be if they out of nowhere just stealth dropped a new Infamous game or something like that, like out of nowhere.
Infamous.
Yeah.
Infamous over GTA is a hot take.
I'll tell you what. Third part of Final Fantasy VII Remake, that would like I'm playing that over GTA 6.
Yeah, that's another one. Like, although I know that ain't happening this year, that will be another one.
Another one, which I know isn't gonna happen for at least like 7 years, would be Project Orion / Cyberpunk 2077 sequel that we're getting that they're working on right now. If that dropped the same day as GTA 6, I'm going with Cyberpunk.
And probably whatever else Larian puts out.
Yeah.
Shmoney says Simpson Hit and Run remaster.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong though. Listen. Do y'all not understand how dope Simpsons Hit and Run was?
I'm
Why
actually
do we
gonna
not have a
be.
remaster of it?
I'm actually gonna be honest. If Monster Hunter and GTA would have dropped the same day, GTA wouldn't get no play from me till I'm done. That's me. Again,
I would buy both, but I
would get both. I would find a way to have both. But what I'm saying is that all of the little bit of playtime that I get would probably be going into Monster Hunter, even though since I've been sick, I haven't really been able to put a lot of Monster Hunter playtime in now. But
got you.
All of my playtime would be going to Monster Hunter because I know that I'm gonna get hundreds of hours out of it. You know, whereas GTA is gonna be like, if it doesn't launch with an online, I'm gonna do the story mode and then put it away for a while.
Listen,
and that'll be I pick it up when I'm bored and want to shoot people and run people over type game.
I will say when that online drops for GTA 6, that's probably gonna be like the funnest time you're gonna get to have before shit inflates like it did in GTA Online now.
Don't do it, Rajan. Don't do it, Rajan.
What? I do not.
Okay.
What did you think I was gonna say?
I don't know. Goji Senpai
days.
said, to be honest, if a Pokemon game dropped the same day as GTA,
I don't know about that, bro.
I mean, I can't help all y'all that are still in the sunken place of Pokemon. I can't.
I mean,
because Violet and Scarlet were not received very well. Are you sure you want to choose Pokemon over GTA?
I don't know. Z to A look hot. I mean, I bought.
I will live vicariously through all.
No, I bought Violet because I like the Pokemon better. I just didn't finish it. It didn't perform very well. I didn't like the fact that like the background popped in like 60% of the time.
Is this a petty reason for me to not play Scarlet and Violet?
Absolutely.
I chose not to get it because I saw that final form of that leaf cat, and I was like, nope, I'm good. Nope. Nope. Yep. I was like, oh my god, it's a fucking cat. With
I'm going to be honest. Sprigatito into Meowscarada, but Meowscarada's fire. But like
that final form ain't
let
it.
me all right.
That final form ain't it.
Let me tell you. I was on the fence about getting Pokemon Scarlet and Violet because I am every Pokemon game, I always pick the fire Pokemon and go the hard route. Because obviously we know that the first gym is never going to be weak to fire. Okay. The first gym is never grass. It's always something like rock or water or something where the worst thing that you can pick is fire. So I always pick that. And it makes me go out and it makes me catch Pokemon and it makes me train Pokemon so that I can beat said gym. So I almost didn't get it because I thought that the crocodile was it looked like the derpy dino.
Yeah,
I did not like the derpy looking fire starter. Sorry.
All the starters were not. I'm gonna be real.
Quaxley was dope. The water duck.
His final, but yeah, I'm gonna be real. All their final evolutions looked like ass. They all were not it, and that's why I was just like, I don't think I'm gonna play this, bro. I'm gonna be real.
I mean, I get it. I usually try to not look at the final forms before the game comes out, but legitimately, I did not like his first form. I actually still don't know what. Huh?
Shit, you ain't about to finesse me.
I'm just saying, I don't like
get me out my money, and then my starter's final evolution looks like shit. No.
I'm just saying, like, all right, Cinder Ace was dope.
Yeah.
But like, people hated Cinder Ace.
Right.
Inteleon, like, I'm not gonna use the words, but my boy said that Inteleon looks like a skinny Frenchman holding a cigarette.
I mean, he's supposed to be like a French spy.
And it did not appeal to him at all.
As did intelligence.
Like he was more of a Rillaboom fan because it, big, powerful, gorilla. But,
These drums.
yeah. So anyway, I think that it's time to, move forward because I want to talk about not in this Pokemon playing Christian home, she says. So I want to say, I want to move into, like, we've already talked about earlier this year some of the lawsuits and things that have gone on between like Nintendo and Power World, or Nintendo and whatever else that they decide that they want to bring up petty lawsuits with. This time around, we actually have a different kind of thing going on. So when we say a Schedule 1 lawsuit, it's kind of not really a lawsuit right now. So Movie Games is the producer of a game called Drug Dealer Simulator. And Schedule 1 is a game that has recently come out. It's basically run by a one-man studio. And so Movie Games is now investigating Schedule 1. It's just an investigation for copyright infringement tied to Drug Dealer Simulator. There's no lawsuit yet, but it is under police investigation and it is under external investigation in order to ensure that, the games are not too similar where they do have a lawsuit. The publisher of Drug Dealer Simulator, Movie Games, insists that it holds no ill will towards the Schedule 1 developer, but it said that not investigating the game would have been negligent on their part, and the investigation was deemed necessary due to a preliminary analysis suggesting that the two games are very similar. They also stated that the main reason for the investigation was because they are a publicly traded company and they could face severe consequences of negligence if they did not launch said investigation. Now, Schedule 1 is a game developed by a one-man Australian studio called TVGS. And as a result of Drug Dealer Simulator's publisher, not developer, publisher, launching this investigation, Drug Dealer Simulator has actually suffered from things like review bombs because Schedule 1 is kind of a sneak up overnight hit. So the community obviously is going to stand behind Schedule 1 on this one. So we just want to kind of get into some of the details, some of your thoughts. What do you guys think of, the core issues behind the Schedule 1 investigation? We would not have an episode if Luna did not walk across the camera.
Her name is Leona. Damn.
Luna.
She's Luna now. Sorry, Luna.
Named after my favorite support from League of Legends. I
think. You want to go ahead first, Rajan?
I mean, I haven't looked too much into this, so I don't I haven't even played Schedule 1 yet, so I will let y'all.
Oh, you don't want to? You know what? Never mind.
What?
No.
But you have to say me and my daughter, huh? What you guys say?
Oh no. I actually heard some people talking about Schedule 1, and one guy says, yes, I want to produce and sell drugs to underprivileged communities. And I looked at him because he was not of the same color as me. And I said, what the fuck?
Did you then ask him like, yo, are you a fag? Like, yeah.
That's wild.
We're talking about Schedule 1.
You did miss the funny and unintentional metaphor about Bungie, though. It's saying like, "Oh, Bungie doesn't know how to like make good use of time," and I was like, "That's right, they don't."
They don't.
And figuratively.
Man, like
You know,
I know you're talking about Schedule 1 right now, but like, all right. Like,
okay,
you
I triggered him. Damn it.
No, like, all right. I just want to come back to this for 1 second. All right, like my big problem with Bungie is that Marathon feels like it's hitting all the same problems Bungie has been hitting since Halo.
Oh, you mean the ones that I was just talking about with time crunches and meeting deadlines and, you know, putting out sustainable content that could be, you know, within a timely fashion that keeps people interested and keeps people entertained, and not have people kind of move off into the next thing. Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to take away from, you know, Destiny as well.
I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen. They have like an entirely different team. It's just frustrating that they can't get out of their own way. Because like I've said this before, I'll keep saying it over and over again. Like my critiques of Bungie have nothing to do with the people who work there. It has nothing to do with like the passion they have for the game. It's everything to do with the leadership that is guiding the ship. They let their people down consistently. They overpromise, they underdeliver, and the people who wind up suffering for it are the employees and the fans. And it's crap because having spent some time there and knowing people who are there, it's frustrating because I feel like the leadership just doesn't know how to, like, they just don't know how to navigate like these huge teams. It feels like, I don't know, like it sucks because everyone involved deserves better, and no one has the ability to deliver on it because like there's only so much anyone involved can do.
We always said that very often when it comes to games not being what comes out, is usually not the developer's fault. They usually have a specific thing that they hope to put out, and it comes down to publishers, it comes down to leadership, it comes down to what comes from above. At least that's in my opinion.
Shareholders.
Like, if I'm a game designer, if I'm a game developer, I want to make the best product on this planet. I don't feel like everybody's afforded the time they need.
Yeah, like,
I mean, no, you finish what you're gonna say.
I don't think any studio wakes up and it's just like, yo, I want to put out a bad game. I don't think that any studio just wakes up thinking that. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm sure there are some studios that wake up and go, I just want to make money. I'm positive those exist. But in this specific case, with like a game like Marathon, most of the people involved want this game to be a huge hit. It's just,
I hope it is.
It's just the video. We've talked about this over and over again. These games are expensive as hell, and Bungie as a studio has been trying to incubate new games, but like they only have one game going. Right? Technically, Destiny is still like they still maintain the Destiny servers, but like Destiny as an IP is the only thing they have going for them right now. They like, and that's trying to fund new games.
I got a question. Marathon has seasonal stories. They've already said welcome to season 1 or whatever. We'll see you in season 1. We also have confirmed that you're going to have to pay for the game in some way, shape, or form. So does that mean you have to buy a season pass or you have
I thought that was obvious.
Purchase continuous updates?
Yeah. I thought that was going to be obvious. I thought it was going to. I thought it was assumed that it was going to be battle passes.
That's why. That's why I get that lower cost of entry.
Yeah, no, like they're
battle pass.
Yeah, they're trying to do what Helldivers did, but like $40 is a good price point. I don't have a problem with that. The problem is that you have to have like, and again, this is where they're going to benefit from not really having a lot of competition. But you typically need to have something more than just like, it's an extraction for $40, and I guess Tarkov was kind of that. I guess Tarkov got away with it for a long time. So I mean, the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm like, all right, maybe this is
The more it's making sense, kind of.
more, but I still don't know how good of an idea it is. But I was wrong about Rivals. I'm probably going to be wrong about this.
Oh, you were wrong about Rivals too. I actually admitted being wrong about Rivals.
I have no problem. I want to be wrong about half this shit. Like I want Marathon to come out and it to be a huge success and everyone make shit tons of money and it be a super fun game. Like that's.
I wanted to be wrong about Suicide Squad and Star Wars Outlaws.
Absolutely.
I wasn't.
To be fair, like the thing that I was interested in
as the only one who played Suicide Squad, you was right.
Wait, what?
Well, no, remember, I think I was the only one that actually bought it and played it because I was
Yeah.
like, I have to see what the hell they did. And
You were.
Yeah. It was bad. It was bad.
Wait, hold on. You mean to tell me the game, the multiplayer game designed by a studio known and renowned for single player games didn't make a phenomenal seasonal experience? Huh.
Like
Ooh.
McDonald's.
See, when you say it like that, you make me sound some kind of moron. Because maybe I am.
No, not
No,
you.
you're better faith. You're better faith than I am.
Listen,
y'all know me. Like I have to experience. something.
Absolutely. And all right. So for the audience, I just want to let you know, as T-Tap said earlier, sometimes you can't listen to the reviews. There could be things that are reviewed poorly that could be your most favorite game of all time. So sometimes if something interests you or if you feel like you need to play it or like it looks like it's going to be fun, just get it. And as long as you get your hours of enjoyment and as long as you feel like you get your money's worth, then that's satisfactory enough.
bro, that honestly was the best thing about Game Craze. Was just buying some random ass shit and you just like, oh, this looks cool. All right, I'll buy it and then end up liking it.
Like Ashura's Wrath.
Yeah.
Completely for me, that was completely it was in my wheelhouse, but it was short. But in the short time that I played it, I had tons of fun.
Hey, Tones.
Criminal, that game has not been properly ported to PC or more updated platforms.
Yeah.
The reason Ashura's Wrath got heat for being a short game is the DLC.
No.
That's the reason why it got so much heat is because they basically, that was one of the examples people used of like, hey, here's a game that wasn't finished when they released it and they sold you the rest of the game in the DLC.
I know. I remember. It was worth every penny that I spent for it though.
It's probably like, what, $5?
No.
15?
No, less.
2?
No.
How much you pay?
Nothing.
Okay. One of the freebies.
Free 99.
I was a GameStop employee at the time.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, you can rent that shit.
Kind of, yeah. We got to take at that time. We got to take games out for a little while or whatever. I think it was like a couple of days at most.
Yeah, it was
and
like
it had to be pre-owned, and it couldn't be like a new game. So I got to experience a good piece.
Yeah, they still had effect when me and Time were working there at the same time.
Yes, sir. Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know. I'm sad. Now, I would to your point, Eric, of trying out different games, I would try out more games that I crap on. Like I do try. Like I'm playing South. Like I've been streaming South of Midnight on Discord for Tones.
Oh, it's been so good.
Yeah, like it's really not a bad game. Like I've seen the haters out there trying to
Oh no, I probably would have already beat it if I didn't see Kazan First Berserker was on sale on the site, and that has just controlled me the past couple days. So
nice.
Yeah,
I don't like my games if they don't come with a little bit of controversy.
Yeah,
that's every game now.
It makes me feel alive when I play it with controversy.
Yo, every single
feel like I'm
game.
disappointing somebody, and they just can't go to sleep because I bought this game.
I stream it over on one of the Discord channels. I stream it in Hustle's office. Yeah, if not, I'll stream it in one of our general channels. I just avoid people. Yeah, so yeah, like South Midnight has been actually a decent game. Like, am I gonna go screaming from the rooftops about it? Not necessarily, but like I think that's a really fun game. It's scratching an itch. There aren't many platformers that come out. There aren't many like action platformers that come out, a la like Banjo-Kazooie or any of those kinds of games. So yeah, screw it. It's a Game Pass game. I have Game Pass, and it's been way better than I thought it'd be.
I mean, if you guys got
Also,
Game Pass,
I think we have a little bit of a problem.
what?
Somebody just found out that you have an office.
Uh-oh.
He has access to it. You have access to it.
Sorry, I blew your spot.
You have access to it in Discord, babe.
It's where he keeps all his extra Discord hoes that you don't know about. It's like,
Wow.
Yeah,
Under the
They
table.
don't exist.
he there's a little bit of Monica by his side. A little bit of Julie is all he needs.
yo, he got the cute girl Leona that be coming there sleeping on his bed too. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, right.
I heard some song Mambo Number 5 playing. I don't know.
Well, I didn't hear
You know, Leona.
So,
So schedule 1.
huh? Yeah, Schedule 1. What is the core issue behind the Schedule 1 investigation? Besides the fact that, you know, they think that it looks extremely similar to Drug Dealer Simulator.
I'm sorry. Are we now trying to copyright claim dealing drugs? Is that what we're doing now? If that's the case, if that's the case, Rockstar should be able to sue them. Because you could do that in GTA Online before Drug Dealer Simulator came out. Like, is this?
I'm not going to talk about my GTA Online days. Just know that I had legitimate businesses and biker clubs.
I'm just saying.
Legitimate.
I'm just saying. Grand Theft Auto.
Just remember that you were one of my employees, right, Loom? We was making money, right? Anyway, go ahead.
We have never played GTA Online together. I'll have you know.
That's because it was also. I think I had it on.
It wasn't cross-plat.
You had it on.
Yeah.
It wasn't cross-plat.
I mainly played on PS3. Like,
Yeah, I was playing on PS4, 5.
PS3, PS4.
Like
then I switched. Then I transferred my account to PC.
oh yeah, I didn't transfer my account over. I wanted to stay a billionaire. I don't think I'm a billionaire anymore.
I mean, my money that I legitimately got in the game, I still kept that. So yeah.
Start button. Baldur's Gate 3 was always crossplay and cross save.
Yeah. At launch with cross.
Yeah. That's why I have it on both PlayStation and PC.
No, like.
Yeah. So yeah, so what's the issue? So you know, like you can literally manufacture and you know deal drugs, and so you know, I mean, if the games are similar, like, how do you think this investigation is going to go?
Not very well, because like what, like you're saying that they're copying gameplay, like same mechanic of manufacturing drugs.
Like they said, the games are extremely similar.
You sell drugs in both of them. Yes, they're supposed. That's like I don't know. id Software suing everyone who made a first-person shooter. It's similar, yes, because it's literally a fucking first-person shooter. The same way in which this is a drug dealing game, so it would be similar to another drug dealing game. What are we talking about?
So
only one drug dealing game allowed.
To Capcom sue SNK?
Yeah, they're gonna have to be able to prove, I don't think they're gonna be able to do much about it. Like they'd have to have patents on stuff, and I don't know if they have patents on anything Like, I'm not really sure what they're going to be able to like actually do here. But hey,
Like Nintendo had patents on the Pokeball, so
Yeah.
that's what they used to go after Power.
and that's also in Japan too, where copyright and stuff is different. Both companies are in Japan, no less. So,
Yes.
like this, I haven't seen any of the lawyers that I follow. They haven't done any breakdowns of any of this that I've seen. I'll have to check and see what Hogue says, but I feel like this is going to be a baseless lawsuit that's going to end up going nowhere. I think it's an attempt. I feel like it's an attempt to, because like I feel like it's an attempt to scare them. Like Darkest Dungeon, I think, went through something like this, and it's back on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, they also said that they're not trying to get Schedule 1 taken down. They're not trying to they're not trying to stop its sales or anything of the sort. It's literally just an investigation right now. It's not a lawsuit right now.
So what would their intent be?
To file a lawsuit if they are copyright infringing, I'm guessing. But for now, they are wishing them the best and hoping that they sell a whole lot of games.
Yeah, because they don't want to get the backlash and have their game do even worse. Because, like, I'm sorry, Schedule 1 is so much fun. It's the Rick and Morty of drug dealing games.
Yeah. I've been playing a lot of it.
It looks like Goji Senpai is playing it right now.
Hey, me and V have been playing it.
I have been playing it as well.
So y'all are like the Bonnie and Clyde of drugs.
Yes.
It's crazy.
In game. CIA person that's probably listening to me. In game.
All right. So do we think that this review bombing on Drug Dealer Simulator is fair?
Nah.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
It's not.
If I have to put my 2 cents in, I never think that review bombing is fair and or necessary. I feel like if you haven't played a game, don't comment on it. But like to bomb a game's reviews because you dislike something that the company or the publisher might have done just feels kind of ass.
It's lazy protesting.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't like it because like you could literally be steering somebody away from a game that is actually really, really good or that they might enjoy because you put up a review and you didn't even play any hours of it.
Although I am looking at reviews that 20 plus hours, 30 plus hours. So there are people who actually have played it who are just like, yo.
But then
fuck
why
this
they
guy.
but why they dropped the review then? Why didn't they review it after the first 10 hours?
I don't know.
You know how many games I have on Steam? I have 100 hours on. I never drop a review on.
Do I have any? How many reviews do
I might have. And what? When I get Steam, whenever Half-Life 2 came out, that's when I made my Steam account. Like I've reviewed maybe 2 games, maybe 3.
I have 2 reviews.
Like
I don't even know how many reviews I have, but I doubt it's a lot.
And one of them is Dawn of War 1, and the other one is Chimera Land. That's it. Only 2.
All right. So how could this affect Schedule 1's developer, TVGS, if infringement is found?
I think he'll be fine if he can get a good lawyer. Which, I mean, Schedule 1. I think he'll be fine if he gets a good lawyer.
I mean, but he's a one-man studio.
His game, yeah, but he also made a shit ton of money from Schedule 1.
yeah, but that he still has to now either
I mean, the game is still in early access.
yeah, he still has to either now spend all his time focused on this potentially frivolous lawsuit or patent violation to not be developing the game as much.
Yeah.
Like it's just him by himself. He can't do all that alone.
I mean, I hope
within good time management.
I hope
that goes back to if he gets a good lawyer, he'll be fine. Like if he gets a good lawyer, he doesn't have to deal with any of that himself. His lawyer is going to.
True.
I have a question that I did not put on the questionnaire sheet. So we've heard about Power World's lawsuit, Schedule 1's investigation, and we already knew that there was going to be a lawsuit with the crew. It seems like lawsuits is kind of a way that companies are trying to fight back And the Crew's lawsuit is actually coming from the players because we've talked about it before. The game was not advertised, it was not promoted, and it was not sold as a live service game. So when they revoked the licenses for the Crew, and made it so that people can't even access the game anymore, especially with the ones, especially people who bought the game on physical copies. Like you have a disc, now you can't even put the disc into your console or into your device and access the game any longer. The way that that's shaping out is that, you know, we don't really know how that's shaping out at the moment. We do know that there is an active lawsuit. How are these lawsuits going to affect our future in gaming? Like, I understand, like, if the Crew's lawsuit goes in favor of the player, which I'm thinking that it very well may, because obviously, you know, Ubisoft is saying that, well, we never said that you had ownership of the game. We sold you a license, and we reserve the right to revoke that license at any time. So if the Crew's lawsuit moves in favor of the consumer, it could be, we could see changes in the gaming industry. But Power World, they kind of got around their lawsuit, changed the things that they needed to change, and it keeps moving forward. But if we continue to see companies spending money on these lawsuits and keep getting into lawsuits, how does that affect our gaming future?
A problem that I see that is happening now is, like, from a developer standpoint, if you are a small developer and you make a game that is incredibly successful, if it is within the same genre as someone from a bigger company that has a game out, they might look to sue you.
But
and it becomes glaringly obvious. It becomes glaringly obvious that it is a money thing. It's like, okay, this thing that you made is becoming crazily super successful. Now we have to do something about that. And I don't like this approach, because it feels like that's what's happening with Schedule 1.
That might be the case with Schedule 1. I really couldn't say.
So I think it depends on which lawsuit you're talking about. Like, I think each lawsuit type will have different impacts on the industry. So, like, on one hand, with something like Ubisoft, that could potentially change the way developers need to think about designing their games. Like, a good example. Again, I'm probably gonna overuse this example right now because it's the most recent example. But Concord, a game like that, like, if you bought it, like, you may have gotten refunded for it, but, like, hypothetically, let's say you didn't. You paid $80 for a game that was out for 2 weeks, and now you can't play it anymore. But, like, that doesn't feel good just because the game didn't do well. Like, there should be a way to play these games offline. Yeah. And in a lot of these cases, developers, like, you know, if Guild Wars went, like, I don't even want to use that example. Like, if a hypothetical new MMO gets launched tomorrow and goes offline, I think it's reasonable for governments.
That sounds like Final Fantasy 14.
I don't want to get too far into this. I might get my foot in my mouth in this one, so I'm going to keep out of this. But I will say that I think that there should be a way to play these games that you've spent money on. I don't think that this new era of, like, even movies, like, I had the James Bond collection at one point in time digital on my account, and I guess there was a licensing change somewhere for the place that I redeemed it at, and the digital copy of the movie just is not in my library anymore. It's just gone. I still have the physical copy, obviously, but, like, the digital copy that I used to watch, just gone.
Now imagine if you bought the movie, and when the digital license disappeared, you couldn't watch the physical movie anymore. Yeah, I'd be hot. I would be upset.
Oh,
because now you're literally you're stealing from me.
If that ever happens, that's when you're gonna see me in the news.
But that's what they're claiming that the Crew did. You're
Yes.
stealing from me.
Yeah, and that's effectively what they're doing. Like, I feel as though, especially the crew, because since that was something that, like, it's clear you can play that game offline. It's absolutely. I think there's people who've shown, like, there's like a mode in the game built for doing offline.
There's a whole single player story mode.
But like, I think there's goes back to my point of, like, a lot of these games now, like, I think live service was always a flawed premise. I thought it was okay in, like, when it was like one or two studios doing it, but not when it was like an entirely industry movement where, like, some of, like, the biggest hits from, like, an entire era of gaming are lost to the sands of time when they go under.
I mean, Goji just hit on a good point too. He says, remember that time PlayStation had their own shows and they just disappeared?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What was that? What was it? Powers, that's gone. Good luck finding that.
PlayStation TV whole push that they were doing. They were trying to break into entertainment.
What was it? Like, there was like that one, like, pro gamer show they had.
Yep.
I think it was just called The Gamer or something
Yeah.
along that.
Can't find
Like,
that now. I mean, you can probably find it on YouTube.
Yeah, it's just like, I hate this stuff so much, and I hate this notion that just because someone made something, they get to control if other people get to see it anymore. Like, I always hated that about, like, the Disney Vault, like that, like, just this premise.
Yeah.
It's always bugged me.
So tying it to gaming, how can indie developers, especially somebody who's doing something similar to what may already be out, how can they protect their work? How can they protect themselves from lawsuits? Like again, you've had experience within the industry, so this might be something that you might be able to kind of come up with an idea about. But, like, if you were an indie dev, what would you do to protect yourself from lawsuits?
I don't think there is anything you can do to protect there's nothing you can do to protect yourself from being sued. One of the harsh realities of, like, especially America, people can just sue you for anything. Like you don't have to actually do anything wrong. Where you have to prove you didn't do anything wrong is, like, going to a judge and being like, we should dismiss this case. Here's the reasons we should dismiss this case. And then if the judge doesn't dismiss it, then you go to court and you make your case there. The only thing you're guaranteed is a fair trial. But basically, like, anyone's allowed to accuse you of anything. So, like, how can you protect yourself? Well, you can't protect yourself from getting sued. What I can say is the best way to protect yourself from losing a lawsuit is just making sure that you are very careful about, like, if you're implementing a game mechanic, make sure it's a mechanic that isn't patented. If like it's fine to be inspired by something, right? Like, if I wanted to go make a new RPG, right, and I wanted to make it like a traditional 2D RPG, and I'm like, you know what, I want to have party-based tactics where, like, the different people in my party give me different abilities, right? I'm probably going to want to make sure that, like, number one, I don't just rip off Chrono Trigger, and number two, that, like, I don't do anything that, if there's any patents around the mechanics for Chrono Trigger, that infringes on those patents, or I do something that enhances the mechanics meaningfully enough to be able to say this is different. Like, it's
Like
fine
Final
to
Fantasy 13 in their active time battle.
Yeah. With Power World, like, the reason they're getting into trouble potentially is that Pokemon literally has it patented for the mechanic of throwing, like, a spherical object at a monster and having it unhinge and go into the ball. Like, it's like a very specific patent they're breaking with the Pokeball. And a few other patents, I think, potentially. Like, it's like, it's not inspired by, it is almost literally just the thing. But, like, they can still have a patent, they can still have a mechanic where they throw something at a monster and it goes in. it can't directly infringe on what Pokemon does.
Just use the Ghostbusters trap and
That
slide
might,
out.
that might be patented.
You're right. You're right. It might very well be patented.
It's weird because like Arc does the same shit and nothing happened to Arc. Nothing happened to Arc. They had the same mechanic of like you can throw
That game
this
doesn't
ball.
exist.
Huh?
Well,
I'm kidding. I said that game doesn't exist.
It does. It's
Arc's not a Japanese company, so they can't be sued under Japanese law.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, that is true. Pocket Pair is a Japanese company.
That's also a fact. And I don't know that Movie Games is actually Australian, so they would have to move in pursuant of
I don't know where they're
Australian
from.
law.
Yeah. So like a lot of these things get way more technical when you get onto an international level. Like Carl Jobs just lost a lawsuit to Billy Mitchell in Australia. That like in America, it probably could have still been lost, but it would have been much harder for Billy Mitchell to even get the case into court, just due to American slander laws, due to the fact Billy Mitchell's a public figure. Like it's just really weird with international law and stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So do we think that lawsuits and investigations and all this legal news, because 90% of the time you wouldn't get any of this except for if you were reading a Game Informer back in the day and it was just an article that Game Informer happen to pick up. Do you think this is ruining the player experience in any way?
There's so much stuff that people know now that only like we would know because, like you said, in magazines and stuff like that. And there, like a significant portion of people who were gamers still didn't buy those magazines. I think like me and E are like a small minority of the people who were like in the know at the time. Like
Yeah, because we used to get the Game Informers, the Game Pros, all that nonsense.
Game Informer,
very niche.
EGM, Electronic Game Monthly.
Tips and tricks, Nintendo Power.
Yep, that was like super niche. We would be considered the hardcore because we were not only gaming, but we were also reading gaming like magazines.
I mean, you got to remember that Game Informers was given out with anybody who got a pro membership to GameStop at one point, and they were pushing those GameStop memberships hard body, and they forced their employees to push those pro memberships, even though you never got like a commission off of them or anything of the sort.
Nope.
But everybody got a magazine at their house because they wanted the 10% off.
Did they read it though?
Most people didn't.
I did, but that's just me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're the minority that actually read those magazines.
I mean, that's probably why we're here today, is because we are the minority who read those type of publications.
That is true.
Got to be up on the know. Can't miss nothing.
There.
I also found out that Movie Games SA is from Poland. They're based in Warsaw. So I don't know how this is gonna work because one's in Australia, one's in Poland. So I don't know how that works between lawyers. I don't
think that it really works out very well, if you want me to be completely honest. I don't see this going anywhere. Like I said, it's an investigation, but if they don't come across something like Time said, where it's a patented mechanic that they have a license or a copyright to, and I don't see that this goes anywhere, and it's just kind of a frivolous investigation that's being launched, just like it would be a frivolous lawsuit if they chose to chase it. And again, even if they are violating a patent in Poland, are they violating that patent in Australia?
The international copyright is very messy.
Yeah, so I have no idea how any of this is going to impact games as a whole. I don't know how this is going to impact Schedule 1. I generally think lawsuits suck.
Yeah.
but I think that sometimes they're needed. They can be very beneficial. Like if the Ubisoft one goes poorly for Ubisoft, that'll be a huge W for games potentially. But it's not even just the lawsuits that are having an impact. Like I think it was Europe just recently. I'm not sure if you've talked about this yet, but Europe just recently changed the way microtransactions have to roll out. You have to yeah, so this is actually going to impact like Riot. This will be a big one for it. I don't want to speak too much for any of my current stuff, but the TLDR of it is any games or any services that convert your real world dollars into a digital currency are going to be required now to when you go to make a purchase. So like let's say it's like PlayStation points or like I don't know booger coins. You go and you $20 for $2,500 and 2,500 booger coins. It's 100 booger coins to go and get a skin. They have to now show you the real world value of like
of how much.
100. Yeah, so like yeah, so they have to they now have to show you all that to make sure that everything so the people can clearly see what they're spending to help with people who have like spending addictions and stuff like that.
Because sometimes the translation doesn't hit one for one. Like I just spent $100 on it. Yeah, it would have been wonderful if they would have had that in something like Brave Exvius.
Yeah, well, and even it goes even like a layer further, I think, is what I heard. So like Eric can speak to this, Roger can speak to this a little more than me. I don't know much about League's current rewards system, but I guess there's like a secondary currency you can get, and that even has like a real world value of some kind.
So Riot, to just give a brief thing for people, like Riot completely changed how they do like what is called loot distribution in general for League, because you used to be able to get a lot of keys, chests from just playing the game, doing good, like getting the S rank in a match, hitting certain like missions, because they always did have seasonal like events. Like right now it's the Noxus event, so it's like get double kills, get triple kills, get battle pass XP, and that gives you like icons or potentially skin shards, chests and keys, ward skins, everything like that. But they drastically slowed down the rate that you can get stuff by just playing the game, because initially, like everyone knows, I put a shit ton of money into League of Legends over the years, but over the past couple years, not that much, because I was just getting skin shards from just playing the game. Like, and it was good. Like, if you were, and you got rewarded for being good at the game. If you got more,
it felt good.
Yeah, like when it first launched, in theory, you could have gotten, let's say at the time there was 130 champs out. Let's say in theory that season you got an S rank on all 130 champs, could have got a chest for all 130 champs in the game. Can't do that no more. I think you get like, I think you're limited to like, you just don't get it for S rank things anymore. Everything's now through the battle pass, or you spend real money to get chests and keys, skins like that. So yeah, like I think over the years just using the free system, I got a couple dozen skins like without putting in money into the game, but that's gone now based on the performance.
And I think they also removed the free hex tech chest that you would get from Twitch Prime too.
Yep,
they stopped that a few months back.
That upset me, bro. I used to get so many skins off of that.
Riot steadily moved away from good deals for stuff, because I remember the first year to 2 years there was free skins just to do stuff like, oh, you subscribe to us on YouTube, here's a free skin. Oh, you confirmed your email, here's a free skin. Oh, you follow us on Twitch, here's a free skin. Like all that stuff. And they would always have giveaways on Twitter and whatnot. But like they're still making money. But between, I don't know how much, because between what I think are now uninspired skin lines, like the skins that come out now are not as good like as when the first couple years, unless you want to pay $150 for a Faker Auri skin. Like, but I ain't doing that. So like Like I'll just never get that skin. Or that Samira skin that has all the crazy effects. That was what, $60-$70 for that
Oh
skin?
God, yeah.
And it's like for just that one skin, and it only has the maximized special effects if you get a pentakill with the skin. So you like I've had a few pentakills in my time, but they won't be popping up that often. So it's like you're buying a feature for a skin that's not gonna pop up that often. Yeah, I don't know.
For every kill, but
Just overall, they raised the price of skins. Like, because I remember, like back in the day, good example. I remember when DJ Sona dropped. Like they have the line of ultimate skins where it's like different effects, recalls, everything like that. And DJ Sona was 3 skins in one because you could adjust based and you could change the music in the game that only you could hear based on which shifted form of the skin you're in. It's but one of the best skins. But Sona's not meta anymore, so no one sees it. But when I drop and play Sona in like an ARAM, I'm using that skin because I got it. But they don't do stuff like that anymore. Unless it's like
They don't really.
not really, because the last time they had a good line of skins that would change the music a lot, they had the Star Guardian skins when they had the Star Guardian like PvE event, which is one of the best events they've ever done, and they've never brought it back. It's just like I don't understand why they give us these super cool events and just.
If I had the money at the time, I would have bought all those skins.
Like, and even a couple months ago when I told y'all they had the like pseudo vampire survivors mode.
Isn't that still going?
That was so fun.
It's arena. It's arena now, right?
It's arena right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Arena is like a pseudo roguelike
2v2 or the 2v2v2v2 or something like that, right?
Yeah, it's like it's round robin fighting different teams till everyone gets their final team stand. But there's roguelike abilities you get for like, oh, your skills will do this and that. It's pretty cool if you have a good partner to play it with. Do not blind queue into that if you can't communicate with your partner. It just doesn't work. I tried it and I was like, I really need someone to play this with. It's like a human.
But that Vampire Survivor mode that they added was so much fun. It's just like, bro, I do that again regularly.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, this is the main reason I don't play ranked anymore because like the metas are always a pain in the ass. I could play if I really buckle down and tried. I could probably get diamond again in League, but I don't have the time or patience to do that anymore. Especially because the games change every 3 weeks. Like,
I mean, I'm gonna have to admit that metas are a pain in the neck for almost any game, and in my opinion, like even these card games that I played, the metas are crazy. Just the word meta is crazy.
I feel like metas are hard to avoid in any game, though.
It is.
It just happens.
Like a new cell phone game can come out and somebody be like, well, what's the meta? What should I pick? What do I use? Like, I want to get a role and I want to have the best character.
Got a min-max.
Why not just...
Not to get too far off topic, has Riot's fighting game dropped?
No, the beta signup. The beta signups just came out 2 weeks ago, so it's gonna get the
beta.
But the game hasn't come out yet. The last non-league game that came out was that Echo game, and then there was the new like platformer game.
What about Valorant?
Like I said, the last good Riot game. No, Valorant was already been a couple years now.
Wait, so they've released other stuff since then?
Yeah, they made like an Echo like action like adventure game. They made
Wasn't there the little adventure type thing that they did? Like,
yeah, there's like Adventure Nunu. I'm paraphrasing the title.
Ziggs game.
There was a Ziggs rhythm game, and then there was also the there's also the RPG that came out that's made by the guys made Battle Chasers Night War.
I forgot to play that. I still haven't played that yet.
He said I forgot to play that. Yeah, Time's Face.
I did. It's got your boy in it, Vigo.
Struck.
Or Viego.
Well, Viego's one of the villains.
Well,
you play as Misfortune, Braum, Alawi, Pike, Yasuo, Ari. Yeah.
It's really just like I understand that like my finger on the pulse is sometimes places I don't want to talk about on stream, but I hadn't even heard whispers of it. I haven't seen anyone talk about. My social media is wrestling and video games. I have seen no one talk about this.
Yeah, so like Valorant came out in 2020. Ruin King's RPG I was talking about. Hextech Mayhem is the rhythm music game. Plays Ziggs. Song of Nunu is the adventure game. Oh, I forgot. There's Mage Seeker where you play as Silas, and then there's the Convergence is the Echo game, and then there's the Bandle Tale game where you play as like a Tristana. It's like a farm sim game where you play as the Yordles and whatnot.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it came out last year. I forgot that one came out, so I looked it up.
To be fair, League players don't talk about that because hardcore League players are just playing regular League.
I mean, and they're still doing.
To get the people who don't play regular League to be involved within that world, because it is a diverse, rich world in which there is a lot of shit that I would like to see that isn't particularly League coming from that. So they get the arcane people.
They are starting to find out and figure out that people who play games also like to do other things. So that was where Arcane came from. That's where Riftbound is coming from. League of Legends TCG officially has a name now, and it's called Riftbound.
Oh man.
Their first set is going to have 300 cards. Trust me, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
Considering that most of the games I play, each set is at about 130. Their first set is going to have about 300 cards.
Them shits is about to get scalped.
Absolutely, because right now, the publisher or the printers are pretty much going to be the same people who make the game universes, and stores are still a little skeptical about whatever the source is, but you're talking approximately 120 a box for a booster box. So yeah, it's probably going to be tough to get into if you can find it. If it blows up, if it's popular enough, you won't be able to find it.
I secured my Final Fantasy 7 shit.
I told you
that.
I think I told you the day it came up, right? So
if I desire to buy more, I probably will. But right now, I'm happy the fact that I at least got that.
There was a SpongeBob secret lair that just dropped not too long ago. There was a Spider-Man secret lair for Magic that just dropped not too long ago. So
was it a Spider-Man secret lair or a Marvel secret lair? Because I know Spider-Man's getting in. Okay, I was gonna say because Marvel's getting Spider-Man's not getting just a secret lair; he's getting an entire set.
Yeah, but I believe that there was a Spider-Man but there was a Marvel actually secret lair that had the Avengers. But then Spider-Man also had I wish I would have had the money. I wish I would have had the foresight to keep it on for April 1st, because I heard there was a Deadpool secret lair. There was a Deadpool secret lair too.
You're gonna act
yes.
Was it for real? Or was it an April Fool's joke?
No, it was a real secret lair.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was right around this. It was right before the SpongeBob one, or right after the SpongeBob one.
Wait, there was a SpongeBob one. Wait, what?
Yes.
Wait.
Yes. That's news to me. I missed that one.
Hold on. Oh wait, no, hold on. I gotta look this up.
Hold on. My question is, does it have a they said to W for Wumbo card? Because if not, there's no point.
They had the card where Mr. Krabs was laying on the pile of money.
Oh my god.
I mean, if there's not a sorcery for set of W to Wumbo, what's the point?
Oh my god. This is real. What? Plankton?
Yeah.
Hold up.
Yes.
Yeah, I completely miss this because
Mr. Krabs.
I mean, if y'all want to know about secret lair drops, I can tell you about it, but you're gonna have to have time, because when I tell you that these things go crazy, my friends were in line for hours. They literally would put it in their cart and they had to wait 3 hours before they could check out.
They made one of the cards. They made multiple of the meme cards.
God damn it!
That's why I said
staring at him from the under the rock. Squidward staring at them having fun outside. Oh my god!
I need to, bro. How bad is this gonna be to look at so?
TCG player is probably gonna be your best bet. The cards have already shipped out, so I know some of my friends got the cards in hand. Now I will say this. I want to kind of recap just a little bit. So we've gone over Marathon, we've gone over Revivals, we've gone over, Schedule 1 and their legal issues. We've gone over how legal issues are going to impact gamers. We've gone over Secret Lair and card drops. Again, today we were talking about Revivals, and what makes a revival good? What makes it worth reviving a game?
Was that a question?
Worth is doing a lot of work in that sentence. Makes it worth it.
Worth is
Absolutely. From your perspective, what is worth reviving? Like right now, if they made another Bully, I'd probably play it. It's worth reviving to me. But like something like BMX XXX is probably not worth it.
Hey. There's some BMX XXX fans out there somewhere. I don't know who they are, but I'm pretty sure they exist.
Aggressive Inline 2 is coming.
Manhunt 2, Manhunt 3. Metal Gear Never Dies.
Worth bringing back?
I guess you gotta really gauge like how much people are asking for.
I stumped y'all
Because it's like when they revive certain games in a certain way, like it's some of the ones that come out and it's like, okay. I haven't had one of those in a while, but at the same time,
some of those games could have stayed in the vault too.
Yeah.
Well, let me hit you with a question. When you say revive a game, right? Do you mean revive a IP?
Yes.
Or revive a game? Because like Marathon, by example, right? Like they're not reviving the game.
It's an IP. Yes.
It's the IP.
Yeah.
But when I say revive, I mean remasters. I mean bring back for a new sequel after a long hiatus. I don't necessarily mean remakes. Just like not
like Alan Wake,
not remasters, No, not remasters, but I mean like remakes. Like, you know, either redoing the game or continuing something that's not been put out for a long time.
You know what?
But I kind of want to let you guys think on it, and I also want to let the audience think on it. I kind of want to give everybody a little bit of time and a little bit of breathing room for that one. And
I had an answer, but
since we're almost at 10:30, we're probably gonna have to just shut it down here. Again, I just want to say thank you all for joining us. If you have
Loon
with Anthem, I swear.
No, he's right. No, he's right. No. I want the Anthem 2.0 that we were promised never got. I want that. I still want that.
Black from PS2 is a good one. SOCOM is a good one. Siphon Filter would be a good one.
Rainbow Six Las Vegas.
New Vegas.
We ain't never getting no new Vegas that ain't Siege updates. I feel like at this point, or Rainbow Six ain't Siege at this point. I feel like.
Yeah, Rainbow Six is gonna be like, you're getting Siege and that's it. You're not.
We just had
Vegas.
Prince of Persia: Lost Crown.
Yeah. So
proposals in getting Vegas.
I do want to thank everybody for joining us today. You know, we're glad to have you. Hopefully, we've actually brought some knowledge and input to you. Hopefully, everything that we've talked about today doesn't have an impact on us as gamers. When it comes to buying decisions, buy what you think is fun. Buy what looks appealing to you. You're going to have hits, you're going to have misses. But at the end of the day, as you know, you got to chase your own heart. So, with that being said, we're going to close out. And as you know, if there's ever anything that you want to do, all you got to do is press the start button. Until next time, later.
Later, y'all.
It looks like Loon said, all right, we're clear.
Good shit.
Okay.